for those firms that are willing to embrace the seismic change that we've had to go through, I see this as an exciting future. And I certainly don't see this as the new norm, because new norm is boring. This is exciting for those who want to really change. And that means you've got to look at your strategy. You've got to completely refocus on your strategy. And I use the word focus. Richard mentioned it earlier in his introduction. For me, leaders of professional service firms have got a lot on their plate at the moment, and so focus is key. Should be focusing on what is working well, what worked well before the pandemic, and what is working well now. Focus on what's good for your clients as well, picking up on some of the things Elliot was saying. And most importantly, focus on what's making a profit. So we've all come across stop, start, continue. I've slightly nuanced that to stop, start, accelerate. So I would recommend that as a leadership team, you look at stopping doing stuff that wasn't working before the pandemic, but you just did it because you'd always done it. We all know where areas in our business which we should have stopped doing years or months ago. Vanity projects, command and controlled style leadership. Those things need to stop if you're wanting to embrace this new world that we're entering, this exciting future. Start really embracing the new ways of working. Listen to the clients. I think this is really interesting, and picking up what Elliot and also Richard has mentioned earlier. What we need to understand as leaders is that our clients have also gone through this seismic change. They've all gone through this emotional roller coaster. I use a slide where I put up the usual change curve, where you have all of the emotions and everybody at different stages of the emotions, and the horizontal axis can be months, if not years. But actually, after the 23rd of March, we all got to the end point within days. But that doesn't mean to say that those emotions aren't still there. They're just hidden. But those are the emotions that your clients are going through. They've gone through the same seismic change that we went through. And just a small example of what I mean by listening to your clients. I know a lot of law firms are going down the Microsoft Teams route, and they're telling their clients, and I say that intentionally, they are telling their clients that the only way they're going to communicate with them is through Microsoft Teams. What about those clients who run their whole business on Google? What message does that give to those clients that they're actually being told they've got to use another system to communicate with their professional advisors? So listen to your clients and understand what they want. Another good example of how you can start doing something differently is extending the working day. I don't mean by making your lawyers and staff work longer hours. But clients now are used to sending Zoom meeting invites at 7 o'clock in the evening. So why not go into that untapped market of people who perhaps left the profession either permanently or temporarily because they didn't want to work 9 to 5, in particular maternity leavers, and offer them the role of triaging in the evening so that clients who ring up actually speak to a lawyer who knows a bit about the subject. I know one firm who've done that. They picked up 2 matrimonial clients worth over £100,000 in fees by just answering the phones on Sunday afternoon with somebody who knew what they were talking about. Also, start looking at the non-geographical market. It was interesting, the slides on whether remote working is going to impact on getting new business. So often we were restricted by our geographical base, but now the market is everywhere. And then that comes to the third point, accelerate. And actually, I'll pick up on what Elliot said. This is where I think you can tap into that much wider market by really leveraging your brand. And what do I mean by that? What people are looking for at the moment is brand stories. They want to identify with organizations, corporations, global organizations, professional service firms that have truly identified with the pain and suffering that we've all had to go through. We only have to think of the calamities that people like Virgin, Sports Direct, BA have gone through by misjudging the population. So if you've got brand stories about where you have helped in your local community, no matter how small, how you've treated your staff, shout about them on your social media. Get your staff to do it. But this comes back to the point about moving away from command and control. You need to empower your staff. Let them speak in language that they like, that connects with their clients. Everything doesn't have to go through the marketing team's sieve anymore. Yes, you want brand guidelines, but empower people to be themselves, especially when it comes to social media. And just finally, a little thing that I think I've been speaking to a couple of firms about. Again, it's touching and empathizing with your clients. Everybody is struggling at the moment. So what about when you get a new instruction, or you're a partner leading a team and you get repeat business, or one of your team members gets a new instruction? Just send a WhatsApp message to that client saying, thanks for the instructions, really appreciate it. And then when they pay the bill, again, another simple message, thank you for paying the bill. I really appreciate this at this time. So it's not big picture redefining your strategy. It's looking at those things that are really working, that you can embrace. Most of strategy actually is small things, and they make a big difference. So I just finished by saying, stop doing the stuff that you shouldn't be doing, those vanity projects. Start embracing the new ways of working. And where you see them working, accelerate them. And that's where you should be putting your resources. Accelerate the things that are really working to tap into that client market that has grown exponentially by the fact that everybody is now working from home.